So could you tell me a little bit about what the past 6 months have looked like?
Yeah, it's just kind of all over the place. I mean, since my husband passed, everything's been like crazy, and obviously, everyone's sad, and it's just getting through every day is a challenge. And then, there's Sam's behavior at school. That's a whole other thing to add on. It's just a lot.
Mm-hmm. What do you know about Sam's behavior at school?
I know that his grades have been dropping pretty badly. He used to have an average of B's usually, and now, he's not even passing his tests, and I guess he hasn't been turning in homework. So there's that, and then in class he's been very disruptive and disrespectful to the teachers, and then he's been having problems with other students as well. He did get into a physical fight last week, which was like kind of the point where they connected me to you because he did get suspended.
Okay. I can hear that you're really concerned about him.
Yeah, it's upsetting, there's already so much going on, and then I'm sure it's connected, but it's like all this is just like, too much to deal with.
Yeah. What else is on your plate right now? What else are you dealing with?
Well, I work full time, and now that I'm the only person bringing in income, it's like I can't take off, or I can't go on a part-time to handle other things like all my affairs that I need to put in order, and it's just I work, and then my sister helps a lot. She's great, but she works and she has kids of her own too, so I feel bad burdening her. I don't want she'll come over and spend time with us and make dinner and do things with Sam, but I can't. I don't want to put too much pressure on her. So,
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you have a good support system in your sister?
Yeah, I do. My family's great. It's just I just feel bad doing that to them, and then my mom always wants to help. She lives with us, and of course she's great and she's helpful, but I can't put too much on her because of her health, so I don't want to, make things harder on her when she's living with us, so things would be easier for her,
Yeah. What is her health like?
She has diabetes, and she needs to get 2 knee replacements, and it's supposed to be in the near future, but she doesn't want to do it, so trying to keep her on the main level of the house so she doesn't jump up the stairs, and in the winter outside is rough, so just stuff like that. And then she does well, but she's getting to the I don't want her to. I'm worried she might start forgetting about her meds, or I don't know. I just worry about her. So
yeah, it sounds like you have a lot to worry about right now.
Yeah, I do. I just feel like I worry all the time. But
and on top of it, you don't want to be a burden on your sister or anyone else.
Yeah, I know they want to help, and I would help them too, and I love when they help, but I can only expect so much of them, and Sam's my son, so I need to take responsibility for this, basically.
Yeah. So what are Sam's relationships like right now with friends and your family?
Well, he has some good buddies. He's 13 now, so he doesn't talk to me as much as he used to, but I know a couple of the guys he hangs out with. He's been friends for a while, and but then it seems like lately when I talk to the people at his school, I keep hearing names I don't really know, so I think he's hanging out with a new crowd, or maybe some new friends, but he won't really talk to me about it, He doesn't really want to talk to me about his friends, so. Okay. He used to be closer to his cousins, my sister's kids. They were really close. They're basically like brothers and sisters, but but now with his new behavior of the last 6 months, he seems to have like distances himself. So he doesn't really seem as interested when they're over. So really, like, I feel like it seems like his support system is kind of like not what it used to be.
Yeah. So you mentioned that when you try to have these conversations with him, he doesn't want to talk about it.
No, he just gets mad and tells me, I don't know, he'll just like yell something and go in his room. And you know, I know that we need to talk about everything. We're both grieving, but it's like he won't talk to me. You know, he just goes up to his room or like goes somewhere else, and then I get calls from his school. Basically, it's just like this cycle that we're in.
Yeah. Do you know if he talks to anyone at all?
I mean, I hope so. He, you know, like once in a while he'll share a little bit with me, but then if I just say the wrong thing, then it's like he just blows up and goes to his room. And I don't know, maybe he's not comfortable with the feelings that he's having. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But I hope he has friends he talks to. There is one teacher at school that he seems to really look up to. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping that he still sees him that way, because I feel like it's a good role model for him. He always spoke highly of him. So I'm hoping at least that's one like positive male role model in his life.
Yeah. Someone
he sees every day.
Yeah. So could you tell me more about his relationships with other teachers at school? Is it, you know, you said the one is positive.
Yeah, that's his one teacher, but you know, I wouldn't blame them I love my son, but he's very, you know, his behavior has been so disrespectful. Like he just seems like he just blows up at them, and he left a class once, he just walked out, he yells at them, you know, he was swearing at one, I'm sure if they try to talk to him, they probably get the same thing I get, because he just reacts the same way.
Mm-hmm. Well, it sounds like Sam is a good kid, and he's, you know, acting out, but I'm sure it's nothing those teachers haven't seen before. You know, I'm sure
that's true.
You know, they deal with that.
Yeah, so I wonder if part of it is his age and, you know, what we're going through. So it's hard to know really like what's causing all this.
Right. So you obviously have a lot going on. You're taking care of your mother, you're taking care of Sam, mm-hmm. You're supporting yourself and them financially. You mentioned your sister being a support. How else do you cope?
You know, I used to do yoga, but I don't really have the time anymore. But that was always great. And, you know, I have my friends, but I don't really get to see them as much as I would like to. You know, everyone's busy. And, I mean, other than that, I mean, I talk to my sister a lot, but I don't feel like I know what to do to cope, except, I mean, exercising always helps when I have time, but, you know, mm-hmm. By the end of the day, I just want to go to bed, and I haven't been exercising, I just cry all the time, so.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess exercising is one thing.
So, it sounds like on top of everything you need to do, to have time to do things that you might want to do or you used to enjoy, it's just not there right now.
Yeah, that's basically how I feel. It just makes it feel more like overwhelming, you know.
Yeah. Have you spoken to anyone since you lost your husband, you know, a therapist or a counselor?
I haven't. There was someone at the hospital when he first passed, but I never really spoke to anyone afterwards, because I mean, I never really saw why I should. Like, this happens to people all the time, and I felt like we were doing okay, and really it's because of my son Sam. His behavior is really the reason I'm here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, you know, from everything you're telling me, from everything that's written down, you're doing okay. You're supporting him. You're supporting yourself. but it might not hurt to have a little extra personal support for you, just because you're taking care of so much.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'd like to think I can do it all, but I mean, I guess it would be helpful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm kind of mentioning that because you expressed that you don't want to rely on your sister too much. She has her own family, and you don't want to be a burden on anyone. So perhaps a therapist or a counselor would be someone you could lean on, and you wouldn't have to feel guilty about it.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, yeah, I see how that could be beneficial.
Yeah. So, is there anything that you think Sam might benefit from, like at school? Any help he could get?
I would love if he, even if it's not me, if it's just anyone that he will open up to just a little bit. I mean, I just feel like he's bottling everything up, and I just think that that's why he's acting this way, because he's never been a violent child before, and he's never been disrespectful until a few weeks after my husband passed. So I just think that he needs to express what he's feeling and talk to someone about it, but getting him to do that is what I feel like we're stuck on,
Okay. Yeah. Well, maybe the school social worker was who actually reached out to us, so maybe I can get back in contact with them. I can, share some information about, especially how we had that connection with the one teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they can talk. Maybe he can talk to the social worker. Maybe there's an adult in the building who could, try to get in touch with him and just see if he'll open up, to at least open up the communication.
Yeah, that would be good. I just think if someone just takes the time to sit with him, maybe not at first, but maybe eventually, he could feel like he can trust them, or then hopefully eventually talk to me, but it doesn't have to be me. Just wanting to get it out,
Yeah. You sound like a great mother. You really want what's best for him.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So, is there anything that you think you need that we haven't really addressed?
I kind of feel like I am running out of energy and really resources as well. I mean, I have a good job, but it's nothing compared to having two incomes, so I don't really, Sam is actually on a hockey team, and he hasn't been, it's his school's team, but so obviously since his grades have been down, he's been getting, reprimanded on the team as well, but it's he loves, it's something he really loves, and I feel like it's the one thing that I know is an outlet for him. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to make him stop, but it's really expensive, and I'm worried that that'll be one of the first things to get cut from our lives if I have to start doing that. I worry about things like that, if we're gonna have to make drastic changes. And for me, I can handle it, cutting stuff out of my life, I can do my own hair, but I don't want to cut out what he really, really benefits from.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm worried about just how I'm supposed to keep everything together, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. So, it sounds like some of your main concerns are finances, being able to support the lifestyle that you were living. Mm-hmm. Sam finding an outlet, someone to talk to for him, and then, a way for you to get support without feeling like you're dumping it on someone else, or you're relying on someone else too much.
Yeah, I think that would all really help us heal and move on